and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Aileen Senpai. I am a streamer on Twitch, an amateur singer, and a lover of all kinds of music. Now today we're going to be going into another Korn song. This one is called Shoots and Ladders, and I'm actually very curious because this is a game I remember playing as a kid, and I'm a little nervous if it's going to be talking more about childhood issues or if it's going to be in the perspective of a child, as after watching Daddy, I definitely felt a lot of those emotions and pain resurface in the video. I am excited, nervous, all the above. Most importantly, I am, expecting something fantastic as Korn is just so incredible. And Jonathan has a very interesting voice and very, very excited to see what else they can do because so far everything has been all over the place and completely unexpected, but in the best way possible, of course. But thank you so much for this recommendation. I did see this one in my comments a lot, but don't worry. If I haven't reacted to the Korn song you have recommended, it's coming as I'm going to get through their discography as fast as possible. But thank you for that. The wait is finally over. But before I press play on this one, if you do enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell as you'll never miss another reaction ever again. That being said, let's get started with Shoots and Ladders by Korn. I do gotta say something really quickly, and of course I apologize for these pauses. As you all know, these videos do get blocked very often, so I gotta do my pauses, but don't know if it's just me, but for some reason, the beginning, it sounded kind of like when someone is passing away in a hospital, like the beep, 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 like it kind of sounded like a death, like someone was flatlining, and then the way it was being played, it kind of sounded like something you would hear at kind of like a funeral procession. Very, very somber, very, very sad. And then it kind of gets elevated going up into some higher notes as well. Y'all did also mention that Jonathan is playing this. I guess he is a skilled backpack player. A lot of y'all in the comments let me know. That's why you wanted me to hear this song. But for some reason, that really sounded like a funeral procession. And it's a little worrying as the song is called Shoots and Ladders, a children's game, little kids play in school or in the park or whatever. But I'm a little nervous about that. I'm going to go back just a bit. So I don't miss anything, but let's continue. Okay. Yeah. I feel like I think he was going into one two. Buckle my shoe. It sounds like he's doing like nursery rhymes. Because it's called Shoots and Ladders, and then we go into Ring Around the Rosie, and I can't get this in my head because it sounded like a funeral procession, and then him singing that, and it felt very like monotone. But everything, all the instrumentals were kind of speaking volumes. They were saying so much with saying so little. But that way that snare was being hit, and for me, a snare tone, especially when it's hit with such intensity and it's probably mixed to be a lot louder in the background, it signals power. It's supposed to be like a nice, like it's just very powerful. And that snare tone was fantastic, by the way. But I can't shake the feeling like this is going to be a darker side of nursery rhymes. Kind of like as we get older, we discover a lot of the Disney movies, like Cinderella, Snow White, all of those had actually really, really dark tones, and it was very, very graphic. But they made them, Disney. They made it cute for little kids. But when you grow up, you hear what these things are actually about, and it kind of starts blowing your mind. Don't know much about them, but I do know one I hear constantly is the Ring Around the Rosies was I think it was about the plague because ashes, ashes, we all fall down. So that was supposed to be like the darker side of it was supposed to be like actual like ashes of people that had passed through the plague. The ones I can think of the most are the Disney ones, the ones that are really twisted. But I can't help to think that maybe this is like the darker side of nursery rhymes and all of the children's, stories we tell. And it's, in a weird way, you kind of think that we tell children these things because it's like we're sugarcoating the ugly truth because they're innocent and you don't want to ruin their childhood. So we kind of cover up the ugly with something nice and happy endings and fun, and rainbows and unicorns and all of that. But yeah, holy fuck. That is very interesting. I'm gonna go back so I don't miss this next rhyme, but it sounds like he's about to go to the 1 2 buckle my shoe, which I hear a lot in horror. But I'm just having my mind blown a lot because this is so fucking crazy. But let's continue.
Give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came. Mary had to lift up the message.
Holy fuck, dude. Okay, yeah, that is fucking crazy. I feel like I'm all I can take is just like especially after hearing Daddy, which I believe it was on the same album. All of those childhood nursery rhymes that you hear, you feel like in his adulthood he's realizing like maybe it was all bullshit, it was like all lies, and he's seeing the darker side of those. Because if you hear 1 2 buckle my shoe, like I just think of like how it's used in horror movies now, like 1 2 Freddy's coming for you, 3 4, something like that. That it just reminds me of that, how like now you think about all the dark twisted themes behind all of these songs we heard and sang in the playground when we were kids. And I feel like maybe it's his reflection of him having his childhood robbed, his innocent lost, and now he's singing all of that and kind of like trying to console himself, but he can't unsee or unfeel all of the darkness. I'm also could be reaching. I do overanalyze quite a bit, but at the end of the day, art is completely subjective. So maybe someone else can see something completely different, or the actual meaning of the song is something completely different, and I'm just speaking out of my ass. But that's what I took, and that's what I needed to hear from that song, which really was completely eye-opening for myself, because I'm just thinking about like, wow, because it's honestly so true. A lot of things that happen in your childhood pretty much mold who you become, which is really sad. But yeah, I feel a lot at the moment, but holy fuck, I I'm just so fucking blown away by Korn. Jesus, I'm gonna go back a bit so I don't miss anything. Y'all remember those albums like in the mid 2000s, those like pop goes punk albums? This was Nursery Goes Metal. Nursery Rhymes Go Metal. Like, holy fuck, dude. They really put it all out there. And I love so much about Jonathan is he doesn't just sing. He sings. He fucking puts it all out there, puts his whole heart and soul and passion. And most importantly, you hear the pain in his voice constantly. Even in Freak on a Leash, I felt so much intention when he was singing, and that's what you want the most out of an artist is to know that you can connect with them through their, emotion. That's what the whole meaning of music is to connect through emotion, and you feed that soul to someone else. You become an empath for however long the song is, and you let that performance completely just enrapture you and envelop you, and you can feel all of those feelings. And he has such a way of transferring emotion to people. I felt a lot of pain in that. I already just want to re-listen to it because there's probably things that I've been missing, but it felt like the perfect timeline. The way it was structured, the song was so incredible. Starting off with what sounded like a flat line, which you think of death, and then what the bagpipes was singing a song that I would hear at a funeral procession. Like it really sounded like something played at someone's funeral. And then hearing nursery rhymes. The meaning of life is we take things that are uncomfortable or really hard to digest, we sugarcoat it, make it nice, and then we put it in this pretty little package, and we're actually, having kids sing it in the playground when the real meaning is something so completely wrong and twisted. And I feel like that's what happened here, is he felt like his childhood was robbed. Obviously, if you listen to Daddy, you learn the horrible things that Jonathan endured in his childhood, and you put that here and you're like, wow, I think he's angry at the world, angry at not being a kid because he had dealt with so much emotion and depression and anger and frustration. And now the way he's singing it here, it just felt like it was all kind of coming out, like the floodgates opened. But wow, that was incredible. I feel like I've missed a lot, so please let me know if I'm right, if I'm wrong. But again, it's always open to interpretation. I would love to know the actual meaning behind the song. I didn't want to look it up before listening as I didn't want to ruin it for me, but now I'm also like, but now I'm like completely obsessed with the song and I want to know everything about it because I feel like there's just so much to dissect. And I felt a lot. I really felt like it was just making me rethink my life and my childhood and, the meaning of everything. But yeah, incredible, absolutely incredible. And Jonathan was kick-ass on the bagpipes, I just gotta say, but everything was fantastic. Thank you so much for this recommendation. I really, really did enjoy this. Let me know what other Korn songs you would like me to hear. Don't worry if I haven't gotten to your suggestion yet. It's coming. Definitely want to go through this entire discography with y'all. But other than that, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell as well, as it helps me out greatly. And you'll never miss another reaction ever again. With that being said, I also live stream on Twitch every Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Love to meet you, hang out, play games, and get to know you a little bit better. But other than that, I have videos every day on this channel, so stay tuned. Be back tomorrow with some more music. In the meantime, take care of yourself. Remember, I love you so very much. And until tomorrow, I'll see you soon. Bye!